Welcome, true believers, to another episode of The Review Desk. I'm Desmond Carrick, and today, I'm feeling cautiously optimistic. In Wednesday's video, I discussed the Batgirl movie being shelved. I also mentioned that this Thursday, Warner Bros. Would release its quarterly report. This report was accompanied by a speech from Warner Bros. Discovery CEO David Zaslav. Of note were these particular snippets. Our ambition is to bring Warner back and produce great, high-quality films. We can build a long-term sustainable growth business out of DC. We're not releasing a film before it's ready. The focus is to make these films as good as possible. You look at Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, these are brands that are known everywhere in the world, Zaslav added. We have done a reset. We've restructured the business where there is going to be a team within a 10-year plan focusing just on DC. We think we can build a much stronger, sustainable growth business out of DC. It's very similar to the structure that Alan Horn, Bob Iger, and Kevin Feige put together very effectively at Disney. Alan Horn, who was CEO of Disney up until December 2021, has actually joined Warner Bros. As of July 2022 as a consultant. Now, Warner Bros. Is not new terrain for Horn, who was actually the COO from 1999 to 2012. Shortly before the release of Man of Steel and the kickoff of the DCEU. Horn was actually forced to retire by former Warner Bros. CEO Jeffrey Bukes because the latter wanted to groom younger talent to take over the studio and felt that Horn, at the age of 68, needed to go out. In 2012, Bob Iger snagged him as soon as possible, and well, the rest is history. While I will applaud Bukes for trying to bring in some fresh blood and giving younger people the opportunity to shine, you don't want to kick out the one guy who probably has the most to teach your new staff. While I still think choosing not to release Batgirl will damage the DCEU's already brittle reputation, I'm happy that they're finally acknowledging the biggest problem with the franchise, the fact that there is no plan. I've never been a fan of anyone trying to copy the MCU's method, but this isn't really an instance of that. They haven't said to be inspired by the tone of the Marvel movies, but rather the coherent structure of the universe itself, which is actually a good thing. This is by no means going to clear all of the air though. Warner has made it clear that films like Black Adam are planned to be dark, edgy, and gritty. The combination of these three words usually does not bode well, and pretty much anything that mirrors Watchmen is destined to be bleak and depressing, which works for Watchmen, but not for other franchises like, say, The Green Lantern. Planned HBO Max Green Lantern shows also been said to be dark and gritty, akin to Watchmen. It doesn't matter if you reset your universe, if your bright and hopeful heroes are still too dark to be recognizable, your new universe has the same old universe problems. This needs to be a reboot, not just in terms of consistency, but consistency to something good. DC Comics has always been known for telling good stories, and this goes for many of the spin-off media like Young Justice, Superman, and Lois, to name a few. Then there's the matter of the other film branches in Warner Bros. Tree. Both Joker and the Batman have been critically and commercially successful, but they take place in universes outside of the DCEU. That would be like Marvel releasing two separate Iron Man films, one with Robert Downey Jr. trading quips with the likes of Captain America, and one in a totally different universe. If you're building a franchise, you can't afford distractions, especially if they're also going to be tentpole releases. Oh, by the way, that Green Lantern show I mentioned, there's rumors going around that it will be cancelled, which could indicate the company really is intending to go for a tonal shift. It'd be quite the silver lining if that's the case. This rumor, however, has been shot down, and fairly quickly. These are strange times, and there seems to be a lot going on that's still vague, but it's important to keep a cool head and wait till the news, whatever it may be, is established as fact before we start concerning ourselves with it. I mean, there's a rumor going around that Henry Cavill will be playing Reed Richards. Yeah, don't hold your breath. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. See you next time.